Your penis can become noticeably harder in just 3 minutes. And no, this isn't hype or fantasy. It's a biological fact, rooted in the way your body responds to posture, breath, and movement. Most men over 60 assume that poor blood flow and weak erections are just a natural part of aging. But what if the real reason has nothing to do with age, and everything to do with the signals your body is sending your brain? I'm Dr. Mohit Khera, professor of urology and men's health specialist with over 3 decades of experience helping men restore their circulation, their energy, and their intimacy, naturally. I've worked with thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, and I can tell you this: decline is not inevitable. It's reversible, if you know what to do. And here's what most men don't know. Your body is designed to heal itself. Your blood vessels can reopen. Your testosterone can rise. Your confidence can return, but only if you break the cycle that's been working against you silently for years. Today, I'm going to show you 3 of the most powerful, science-backed methods to boost blood flow and protect your circulation, without pills, without side effects, and without wasting time. These tools are fast, safe, and shockingly effective. In fact, the first one works in just 2 minutes, and the third method is so overlooked, most doctors never even mention it. Stay with me, because if you want to feel strong, confident, and alive again, this is where it begins. Before we dive in, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell, so you never miss another science-backed tip to boost your circulation and protect your vitality after 60. And if this video resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0, and let me know how I can make these insights even more helpful for you. All right, let's get into the first method, and it's one you can start using right now. No equipment, no waiting. It's called the 4-2-6 breathing technique, and it's one of the fastest, most effective ways to calm your nervous system, lower stress hormones, and send more blood exactly where you need it most. Method number 1, 4-2-6 breathing, the fastest way to tell your body you're safe. Let me tell you about a patient of mine, Tom, 68 years old, retired firefighter, proud grandfather, still sharp as a tack, but for years he'd been quietly battling something he never talked about: performance anxiety. Not in front of crowds or cameras, but behind closed doors when it mattered most. He told me he felt like his body was betraying him. His words, not mine. What struck me wasn't just what he said, it was how common his story is. So many men in their 60s and 70s blame themselves for what's really a biological misfire that can be corrected. What Tom didn't know, and what most men don't realize, is that our bodies are wired to protect us from danger, even when there is no real danger. The problem is that the system designed to save your life in a crisis is the very same one that shuts down your ability to perform in intimate moments. That system is called the fight or flight response. When your brain senses stress, whether it's from work, finances, relationships, or even just the pressure to perform, it triggers a chemical surge. Adrenaline floods your body, your heart rate climbs, blood rushes away from your core organs and into your arms and legs, getting you ready to run or defend yourself. It's a beautiful system in a real emergency, but in the bedroom, it's a disaster. Your body literally pulls blood away from the very place you want it to go. So, how do you take back control? How do you signal to your body, I'm not in danger, I'm okay, you can relax now? That's where 4-2-6 breathing comes in. It's a simple but powerful technique used by cardiac patients, elite athletes, even military professionals, to override the fight or flight system and bring the body back into a calm, balanced state. And the best part? It works in under 2 minutes. Here's how you do it. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds, then hold your breath for 2 seconds. And finally, exhale through your mouth for 6 full seconds. That's 1 cycle. Do this for just 2 or 3 minutes and you'll start to feel it. Your shoulders drop, your jaw unclenches, your heart rate slows, and most importantly, your blood vessels relax and begin to open. Physiologically, what's happening is remarkable. You're lowering cortisol, reducing adrenaline, and increasing nitric oxide, all of which contribute to better circulation and a stronger, more responsive erection. You're also training your vagus nerve, the main highway of your parasympathetic nervous system, to step in more quickly and calm your body when it starts to get hijacked by stress. I've had patients come back after trying this for just a few days, telling me they already feel a difference, not just in the bedroom, but in how they handle stress overall. Some even say they sleep better, digest better, feel more emotionally grounded. And yes, their morning erections return, firmer and more consistent than they felt in years. I often tell men, you don't need a pharmacy, you need a signal. And 4-2-6 breathing is exactly that. A signal to your body that it's safe to let the blood flow, safe to feel desire again, safe to perform. You're not trying to force an erection, you're simply removing the blockages, both physical and mental, that have been getting in the way. Tom? After a few weeks of practicing 4-2-6 breathing each morning, and again before intimate moments, he said something that stuck with me. He said, "Doc, I didn't get my youth back, but I got my confidence back, and that feels even better." That's what this is really about. Not just blood flow, but peace of mind. Now, if this one breathing technique can do all that in just a few minutes a day, imagine what happens when we add posture into the equation. Because your body doesn't just respond to how you breathe, it responds to how you stand, how you move, and how you carry yourself. In fact, the next method I'm about to show you can actually raise your testosterone in 2 minutes flat. It's quick, easy, and something you can start doing today, before any big moment. Let me show you what it is. Method number 2, the power pose. 2 minutes to raise testosterone and open arteries. There's something most men never think about when it comes to blood flow, performance, or even confidence. And that's posture. Yes, the way you carry yourself physically affects everything from hormone production to circulation to how your brain perceives your own strength. I learned this early in my clinical career when I started noticing a strange pattern. The men who seemed the most resilient, mentally, emotionally, and physically, often stood differently. They took up space. They moved with calm certainty. And I couldn't help but wonder, was their posture a result of their confidence, or was it feeding it? Then I came across a landmark study out of Harvard that proved exactly what I'd suspected. Researchers found that when individuals held a high-power pose, a simple, open, grounded stance, for just 2 minutes, their testosterone levels rose significantly, while cortisol, the stress hormone, dropped. Their blood vessels dilated, their heart rate steadied, and when tested afterward in stressful situations, they performed better, with greater calm and control. That discovery stayed with me, because unlike a prescription or supplement, this technique costs nothing. No side effects, no risks. Just 2 minutes of your time and your own body working with you. So what exactly is the power pose? It's easy. Stand up, plant your feet shoulder-width apart, place your hands on your hips, push your chest out gently, lift your chin, eyes forward, breathe deeply and steadily. That's it. That's the whole thing. Hold this posture for 2 full minutes. Now, you might feel a little silly the first time you try it. I've had patients laugh or shake their heads or say, "Doc, I look like I'm about to leap off a building like Superman." But here's what I tell them. If it makes your body believe you're powerful, who cares what it looks like? Because what happens inside during those 2 minutes is nothing short of remarkable. Testosterone begins to rise, not from a pill, but from your own biology. Cortisol begins to fall. Blood vessels open wider, oxygen delivery improves. Even your voice tends to deepen slightly. Your body starts aligning with strength, and your brain listens. That's how real change starts. One of my longtime patients, Ray, a 72-year-old widower, had stopped dating after his confidence hit rock bottom. He said he felt invisible after a few failed attempts at intimacy. I taught him the power pose, along with some breathing work and walking. Within a month, he walked into my office with a grin on his face and said, "Doc, I've started seeing someone, and I don't feel invisible anymore." It wasn't magic. It was alignment. His body began sending a new message to his brain, one of calm, strength, and capability. The power pose is more than just a posture. It's a biological cue that rewires how you face stress, how you circulate blood, and how you reconnect with the physical strength you may have forgotten is still there. Here's something else most people don't realize. As we age, our posture naturally becomes more closed. Shoulders slouch, neck drops, chest caves in. All of that compresses our lungs, restricts oxygen, limits testosterone, and dampens our energy. Reversing that isn't just about looking taller, it's about reopening blood flow to the heart, brain, and yes, the pelvic region. You're not just standing differently, you're standing stronger. And the best part? The more often you do it, the more natural it becomes. After just a few weeks of power posing daily, many men report feeling less anxious, more assertive, and more capable of handling emotional and physical demands. It starts with the body, but it changes everything. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. If posture alone can raise testosterone and breathing can lower anxiety, what happens when you engage the one part of your body that most powerfully pumps blood through your system, especially to the places that matter most? Well, there's one method most men overlook entirely, yet it's already built into your body's natural design. It doesn't involve hormones or nerves. It's mechanical, it's simple, and it's the single biggest factor that keeps blood flowing steadily, especially after 60. Let me show you how it works. Method number 3. The walking pump, the most underrated circulation booster. When I talk to men over 60 about blood flow, they often think the problem starts in the heart or the groin, and while both are important, the real key, the missing link most people never consider, sits quietly at the bottom of your legs. It's your calves. Now, I know that might sound odd, but bear with me because this is something I wish every man knew sooner. You see, your calves are more than just muscle. They're biological pumps. Every time you take a step, your calf muscles squeeze the veins in your legs and push blood back up toward your heart. This mechanism is known as the venous pump, and it's one of the most crucial players in healthy circulation, especially as you age. When you're young and active, this system works effortlessly. You're walking more, moving more, standing more. But as the years go by, movement slows down. You sit longer, your legs stop engaging as often. And without those consistent contractions, blood begins to pool in the lower half of your body. Circulation weakens, pressure builds, and oxygen delivery suffers, especially to the pelvic region. And here's the part that really matters for men like you and me. When circulation drops, so does erectile strength. Poor venous return leads to poor arterial flow. If the blood can't leave your legs efficiently, it can't reach your vital organs with the power and volume needed to create a strong, sustained erection. I remember one patient in particular, Alan, 74, retired mechanic. He came in frustrated, telling me he was doing everything right, watching his diet, getting sleep, even trying supplements. But when I asked about movement, he said he barely left the house unless it was for an appointment. That's when I explained the walking pump. So we started simple. Just 10 minutes of walking each morning. Nothing fancy, no treadmills or speed walking, just movement. Within 3 weeks, he called me and said, "Doc, something's different. I'm waking up with firmness again, and I'm not even doing anything special." That's the power of engaging your body's own built-in circulation system. The beauty of the walking pump is that it's incredibly easy to activate. Start your day with a short, brisk walk, around the block, down the hall, even in your living room if weather's bad. If walking isn't comfortable, seated heel raises or gentle stair steps work too. The key is muscle contraction. Every movement you make pumps blood upward and reignites the natural rhythm of circulation. And it's not just your legs that benefit. Walking improves blood vessel flexibility, reduces inflammation, helps regulate blood pressure, and boosts nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for relaxing and widening blood vessels. In men over 60, even mild daily walking can lead to profound improvements in cardiovascular function, energy, and sexual health. What's more, walking increases insulin sensitivity, balances hormone levels, and supports the production of key neurotransmitters that influence desire and mood. In other words, it's not just about blood, it's about how your whole body communicates and responds. I've seen this method change lives, not because it's complicated, but because it reconnects you to something primal, movement. We were never meant to be still for hours on end. Our bodies were built to move, and when we honor that design, everything starts to come back online. Your circulation, your confidence, your ability to feel like yourself again. So if you're looking for a way to supercharge everything we've talked about so far, the breathing, the posture, this is the missing piece. It ties it all together. And the best part? You already have everything you need: 2 legs, a little time, and the willingness to start. Now, imagine what happens when you combine all 3 methods, your breath, your stance, and your steps, into one simple, daily rhythm. This isn't just a short-term fix. It's the beginning of a new chapter. And in just a moment, I'll show you exactly how to bring these tools together into a daily plan that's easy, sustainable, and built to give you lasting results. Because the truth is, age doesn't define your strength. Your actions do. Let's finish strong. Conclusion: small daily actions, big lifelong change. What we've just walked through, these 3 powerful, natural methods, may seem simple on the surface, but for the men I've worked with over the years, and even in my own life, they've proven to be nothing short of transformational. And I mean that sincerely. You see, this isn't about chasing some unrealistic version of youth. It's about reclaiming what aging too often tries to take from us: dignity, confidence, energy, and a sense of control over our own bodies. As a physician, I've prescribed medications when necessary. I've performed surgeries when there was no other choice. But time and again, I've seen the deepest and most lasting change come from small, intentional daily actions, just like the ones you learned here. Start with your breath. The 4-2-6 breathing technique isn't just about relaxation. It's about training your body to let go of tension and open up blood flow where it matters most. Then, each day, take 2 minutes to stand tall, take up space, and reset your internal chemistry through the power pose. And finally, move, walk, stretch. Use your calves and legs to pump blood through your system the way nature designed. These 3 steps work together like gears in a machine, simple, synchronized, and incredibly effective. I've seen men go from feeling hopeless to waking up with energy they thought was long gone. I've had husbands tell me their marriages feel alive again, not just physically, but emotionally. And I've had men in their 70s and 80s tell me they feel more like themselves again, in a way they thought they'd lost forever. And the truth is, you don't need to do everything at once. Just start. 1 technique, 1 breath, 1 step, and then repeat. Because when you build momentum in the direction of health and strength, your body responds, no matter your age. So here's my challenge to you. Try these methods every day for the next 21 days. Not perfectly, just consistently. And then come back and tell me what's changed, because it's not about magic and it's not about luck. It's about sending the right signals to a body that's still capable of incredible things. You've got what it takes. Now go prove it to yourself. If this video helped you in any way, take a moment to give it a like. It helps more men like you discover this life-changing information. Share it with a friend, a brother, or someone you care about who might need a boost. Drop a comment below and let me know which method you're going to try first, or what results you're already seeing. And if you'd like to support the channel so we can keep making content like this, consider leaving a small donation through the link below. Every bit helps. Your support means the world. Let's keep building strength, 1 step at a time.